Hi all. In the last couple of years, my ceiling fan collection has grown rather quite rapidly, so as the places where I can mount them. So I think it is finally time for me to make those ceiling fans in my house video. The ceiling fan setup was built in May of 2021, and I used it quite extensively in the years following to film fans that are larger than 52 inches in diameter. Because the only other ceiling fan setup that I had at the time was in my workshop, and that workshop was too small for ceiling fans that are full size. So I did a lot of my filming here. Last year, you might have saw my National Ceiling Fan Day video, and I had a Hino Day ceiling fan here. Now that fan has been replaced, and in its place now is this. This is one of my custom built fans. It's not quite an Ardenair. What it is, let me pull up the label real quick. It's a globe. This is a replica of those few fans or golden fans or what have you. It's been installed here for, I think, 2 months at least, and my dad's employees like to run it on speed number 4, which I will demonstrate for you real quick. Interestingly enough, this fan moves quite a bit more air than the Hino Day that was here previously. Even though this fan has narrower blades. I love how this fan looks. Actually, let's run it on full speed. The full video for this fan is coming soon, but for now, you can enjoy it from this video. I think this fan is serving this room quite well. I probably will leave this fan hanging for only a year, like the previous fan that I had here, because I'd like to preserve the paint on this fan. So who knows, I might make another fan to go on this place. But for now, let's move on to the second spot. Now we're in the kitchen slash dining room in my house, in which I have this 56-inch airflow ceiling fan. I bought this fan last year during my trip to Sydney, and fun fact, I got a what the fudge from my Japanese roommate when he saw that I bought this big fan here, and I was packing it in my suitcase. Fortunately enough, I managed to bring this fan home just fine. Anyway, this is now the spot where I do a lot of filming for my full-size ceiling fans. This is another fan that I need to film. This fan originally came with a ball mount, but it's now using a J-hook, and that canopy is from my SMC K36. This fan has an unusual issue in that it likes to make knocking sounds on higher speeds, so I'm not going to demonstrate that for you today. What I'm going to show you is that this fan is reversible. This is my first reversible industrial ceiling fan, or residential industrial style ceiling fan. I'm not sure how this thing is classified in Australia. In here we used to have a wall fan mounted just over here. In fact, I think you can still see the remnants of the holes where the wall fan were mounted. But none of the wall fans I used here managed to cool the room pretty well, so when this room got renovated, I put in a ceiling fan here, and it does, the ceiling fan do a much better job at cooling this room down. and circulating the air. That's it really from this room. So let's now move over to my workshops. Here we are in the room which started my passion for collecting ceiling fans. This is my old workshop, which has now been turned into a storage room. In the year 2020, I decided to have a ceiling fan to celebrate National Ceiling Fan Day. To achieve that, I installed a down rod just over there with dynamo bolts, how you say it? Yeah, with those things. It wasn't a proper install. I ran wires on that wall down to that wall over there, and the controls were roughly over there, which is now a power outlet. That served as my ceiling fan test bed, or my spot for working on ceiling fans for a couple of years, until this room got renovated and the ceiling fan spot got moved to here. As I said in I think the shop tour video, this place can accommodate 56-inch ceiling fans, but the space between the blades to the wall for a full-size ceiling fan would be like 2 inches, and if the fan were to wobble, it would hit the wall. So here I have my Art & Air basic 36 ceiling fan. This fan runs 24/7 on speed number 2 to circulate the air in here so that it doesn't get stale. This fan runs in conjunction with that ventilating fan over there. That fan gets turned on every night. Well, this fan runs all week long, basically, or year long. So let's turn it on speed number 2 to see how it works. On the video, on the full video of this fan, I used a 1.2 megafarad capacitor to slow the RPM down and keep the motor cool, which didn't work. The original capacitor on this fan is a 1.8 megafarad, which it is now using. So it is spinning a lot faster now. This is the speed which I usually set it on. And actually here is full speed. It has a pretty nice startup sound, or wind up sound. The RPM isn't as fast as many of my other 36-inch fans because this motor used to run 56-inch blades, and the RPM on full-size ceiling fans are a lot slower usually than small fans like this one. But even so, it moves a lot of air. So yeah, I don't work all that much in this room anymore, other than organizing my stuff in here. So I pretty much leave this fan alone most of the time to circulate the air in here and let it do its thing. And speaking of a place to work on ceiling fans, this spot right here on my new workshop serves me very well. That is because the ceiling here is relatively short, which means if I stand on the second highest step on my ladder, I can easily reach the J-hook up there and exchange ceiling fans. So for example, if I have a project ceiling fans I want to test, or a ceiling fan I want to balance the blades of, it's very easy to do here. And as a bonus, it is in the direct line of shot from the air conditioner, so it keeps me cool. Unfortunately, this AC is currently broken, so I am currently relying on ventilating fans and the weather to keep this area cool. I'm going to fix the air conditioner soon though. It is only a broken relay, so it should be easy. Anyway, this here is a WIFA 48-inch DC ceiling fan. It is currently running on low, and believe it or not, this fan here only draws 3 watts running on low speed, which is incredible because on low speed it's already throwing out a decent amount of air. I'm not sure if the microphone is picking it up, but airflow is pretty good on low. And as a testament for how often I use this pot for working on ceiling fans, I have had this ceiling fan for several years, I think, and I haven't had time to film it yet because this place gets a lot of use to work on my art and air projects, the P48s, the 4-plate P48s, and every time this fan gets installed, I always find a project to work on, and as a result, this fan gets taken down again. I need to work on that. So moving over to the next part, which is right here. The lighting is not that great, so let me open this window real quick. That's better. Here I have a 36-inch Okata ceiling fan. This is another fan I have yet to film. I choose this spot because I think it looks pretty good in combination with the faux wooden ceiling. As you can see, it is an Okata. I'm not sure if you can see the logo actually. Yeah, I used air quotes when I said 36-inch because the box for this fan says it is a 36-inch, but in reality it is a 42-inch, which is unusual. Performance is actually pretty good. This fan moves a lot of air, which I will demonstrate right now. Turn it on full blast. Another unfortunate thing which you might be able to hear is the bearings, which are on their way out. Either that, or because this fan is a neo-in box, the bearings haven't got time to well, work in, or how do you say it? Airflow is actually pretty good for a cheapo ceiling fan like this. I'm pretty impressed by it. There's the WIFA. I'm still puzzled by the steeply upward rake, the steep upward rake of the blades. It is said that upward curve, upward pitch, whatever, helps it move a lot more air or spread the air a lot better. But I don't know, I have yet to prove it. Speaking of, here's my miniature ceiling fan. Let's give it a shot. See if it will power on. This fan is running on a PWM, and it is connected to, I think, a 5-volt adapter. I set it to an aesthetic low speed, which is why it is starting very slow. This thing doesn't really move air. It is here just as decoration. And speaking of things that move air, here I have 2 of the most powerful ceiling fans I have ever made installed in my outdoor working space. This, as you might remember, is the customized 60-inch or 58-inch, depending on how you see it, CKE ceiling fan, and that is the Art and Air Ultimate 50. Now, one of these fans have developed an issue. Well, both of them have. And the biggest issue is on this fan, in that the capacitor on it is drifting yet again. So I'll have to take it down someday and replace the capacitor and do some other maintenance things. The lower canopy is rubbing on the upper motor cover on this fan, so sometimes it makes scrunchy rubbing sounds, which is annoying. And on this fan, the issue is the sticker I have put up there is fading. That's it. This has been dead reliable, and well, I haven't used this fan a lot because the place where it is mounted is not particularly used that much. But since this fan has slowed down quite a bit because of the capacitor that is failing, I have since switched to using this fan a lot more often. Let's put them both on full speed. And ignore the dirty wall. I cannot see it with my own eyes that the wall is dirty, but I don't know, the camera picks it up. As you can see, that fan right here is spinning very fast. Well, this one is not. This fan is spinning very slow, and it is in full speed. The airflow from this fan is tremendous. I love it. You can see how slow that fan is spinning right now, especially compared to this one. Anyway, you might think that this is the end of my ceiling fan setup, but it isn't, because I have made myself a ceiling fan setup in my attic. Now, this ceiling fan setup here came about from a project I had last year. In that project, I had to work on a lot of cheapo fan blades, and I didn't exactly fancy going up and down ladders to do that, because I had to balance and curve a lot of blades and whatnot. So I thought, the ceiling here is quite low, and the joist should be strong enough to hold ceiling fan motors, since I know I can stand on the roof here without these metal joists breaking. So the smart part of me hanged a ceiling fan brackets with metal wires and zip ties, and connected that to a ceiling fan motor, and made the wires go on the joists here down to this power outlets extension cord thing, and it comes down to this speed control and to this power strip. I use this setup here quite a lot because, well, it is very convenient. Right now it has this contraption that isn't actually a KDK fan motor. It's just the cover, which is from KDK, from a KDK. The motor within it is from a Panasonic F-EY 153, and the blades on it are obviously not original. These are blades from 1970s SMC K48 that I got from my campus. They have pretty deep pitch, and I don't have the original motor, so the only motor that almost fits the bolt pattern on those SMC blades is the motor from this 153. So without further ado, let's turn this fan on high. Oopsie. I've lost the screws that hold the the controller in, but never mind. Let's not get zapped here. Okay. Surprisingly enough, this motor is able to bring these blades up to full speed. Well, I shouldn't say surprisingly enough, because the motor on this fan here originally is rated for 60-inch steel plates, and these green SMC plates are made of aluminum and they are only 48 inches in diameter. So it's only natural that the motor is more than powerful to do this job. Airflow is also very impressive. So there you have it, all the ceiling fan setups and all the ceiling fans that are currently in use in my house. I hope to see you next time on my next videos, and as always, thank you for watching and take care.